Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Pittsylvania County Schools Public Forum. Before we get started, I would just like to welcome everyone and thank our innovation partners. Without our innovation partners, we would not be able to do the work of our chamber. So we are really grateful for them. We also have a series of media partners here, and they help us share the great stories that come out of our region. So we're thankful for them as well. We have a few upcoming events I just wanted to bring to your attention. We have We Lead on September 29th. We have the Candidate Forum on October 13th, and our Chamber Classic Golf Tournament is coming up on October 22nd. We're still accepting sponsorships and registrations for that. And I would just like to welcome our speakers today. We have Dr. Mark Jones, the superintendent, and Dr. Martha Walker, our campaign chair. So I will go ahead and hand it over to Dr. Jones now.
Good morning, Madison. Thank you very much. And thank you, Chamber, for this opportunity for us to speak with business leaders in our area about the needs of our school division. Yeah, I'd like to thank the Chamber's Board of Directors for its support of the sales tax referendum for school capital projects, and its belief in the strong educational systems are crucial to our business community. I would also like to thank the outgoing President and CEO, Dr. Alexis Earhart, Madison Eads, Christy Harper, Danielle Montague, and the Board of Directors for this opportunity to share information about the needs of the county with you. I'd also like to thank Dr. Martha Walker and Dr. Lillian Holland and Mr. and Mrs. Farrell Edmonds for their generous donation of their time to spearhead a committee called Pennsylvanians for a Brighter Future as we move towards the November 2nd election. So thank them for their tireless efforts on behalf of the school division. In 2020, General Assembly, Delegate Danny Marshall and Senator Frank Ruff sponsored House Bill 486 and Senate Bill 943 to allow Pittsylvania County to impose an additional 1% sales tax in order to fund local school construction and major renovation projects. To be enacted, the new sales tax for school capital and renovation projects would need approval by referendum. The counties of Halifax, Mecklenburg, Henry, Northampton, Patrick, Pittsylvania, Charlotte, and Gloucester, and the city of Danville are all eligible for this opportunity. As we know, the conditions of school facilities in which our children are learning has a direct impact on their ability to learn. Issues like inadequate climate control, lack of modern electric circuitry, and internet capacity, leaking roofs can negatively affect student assessment performance and staff morale. And these are some major issues that are facing our school division. And I'm advancing the slides now. Give me just a second to catch up. There we go. Okay. Pennsylvania County Schools is the largest school division in the state of Virginia by land area and the 30th largest school division by population of students out of 132 school divisions. So we're in the top quartile as far as land area and size, and that impacts the school division. To continue to move the division forward, the school division constructs a 6-year comprehensive plan and has done so for many years. This plan is a working document that is constantly changing based on our data. In 1997, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jerry Webb, reached out to Laurie Moran, who was a former chair or president and CEO of the chamber, to chair the Pennsylvania County Strategic Plan for Education Committee. This committee began meeting, and very quickly they realized that this was not just a plan for the public schools. This was a plan for the whole Pennsylvania County community. So the plan was named Pennsylvania County Strategic Plan for Education, not Pennsylvania County Schools Plan for Education, because they, with great foresight, realized that it takes a community for our schools to be successful. They created subcommittees around the major components of the plan: student expectations, staff expectations, parent and community expectations, business expectations, and governing body expectations. It was believed that each group had a responsibility for educating the children of the county. So our school division bases our comprehensive plan around the strategic plan that was developed in 1997. Because of the approach that was taken at the time, that plan provides timeless, overarching vision, mission, and values that guide the school division today. And every 6 years, the division develops a comprehensive plan for education, guided by the strategic plan's vision, mission, and values, and expectations. Each department at the central office, the administration and budget, instruction, operations, and support services develop 6-year comprehensive plans, and we call them school improvement plans or department improvement plans that set goals and targets and the objectives and strategies needed to reach these goals. And this is an example here that you see of our instructional department's school improvement plan. The goal statement, all 18 schools will be fully accredited. There's baseline data. There's an as-is statement. Currently, all schools are fully accredited, and the desired state, 100% of schools will be fully accredited. The plan further develops the strategies for meeting objectives, resources needed, evidence of implementation of strategies, who is responsible, and a time frame for implementation. Each department and each school is responsible for developing a department and school improvement plan that links to this document. And it's all based on the data from the previous year. Our maintenance department also develops a capital improvement plan. And this capital improvement plan is presented to our school board and the board of supervisors each year. In this plan, they map out the next 5 years of needs for the division. And generally, those are maintenance needs like roofs, paving, HVAC upgrades. And at this time, we have $67 million worth of needs on our capital improvement plan. As I spoke about earlier, Delegate Danny Marshall and Senator Frank Gruff, through the General Assembly and signed into law by the governor, provide an opportunity for Pittsylvania County schools to place on the ballot a question. And the question is, should the schools implement a 1% sales tax for the sole use of that money for school capital projects? So that will be on the ballot in November. It'll be a yes or no question. And so from that, we have developed a needs assessment for the school division to let our communities know how this 1 cent sales tax will work. 1 penny each year will provide revenues of $3.3 million for the sole purpose of renovating our schools. It will be a retail sales tax. It won't be on groceries, prescription drugs, over-the-counter medications, or agricultural products. If the county had to raise this money using a property tax, it would equate to about a 12-cent increase, and the average owner of a $150,000 home would see an increase of $120 per year. Currently, I'd like to give you a little history first about the renovations that have taken place in Pittsylvania County. In 1996, Pittsylvania County constructed Gretna Elementary School and Twin Springs Elementary School. Those are our 2 newest elementary schools, and they're today 25 years old. In 2003, 2004, we opened our 4 middle schools, and those 4 middle schools replaced 5 older schools. And then in 2009, 2010, we renovated our high schools and opened high schools. So at this time, we have renovated our high schools. We've built new middle schools, but we have 10 elementary schools, 8 of which were built in the 1960s or before. We've been very fortunate over the years to have a director of maintenance and a maintenance staff that's very skilled and very qualified group of employees who have really maintained our buildings well. And sometimes that does a disservice when we're reaching out to the public for our needs, because our buildings have been maintained, but they are getting older, and these needs will come due. pretty quickly for many. So we have, again, 23 buildings in our school division, 21 are schools, and we have 10 elementary schools that we're focusing on, plus our career tech center that we're focusing on now for renovations. They need everything from roof repairs, window replacements, paving, and building additions. So this is a list of needs by school. Brosville Elementary School was built in 1938. If you recall, Brosville had a partial renovation in 2004, but we still need to renovate 2 classrooms, replace an obsolete fire alarm system, and construct a safety vestibule at Brosville. Chatham Elementary School was built in 1952. There we need to renovate the entrance, construct additional restrooms, and connect to town sewage, and construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $254,000. Gretna Elementary School, built in 1996. Those buildings, both Twin Springs and Gretna, were built at a time when many parents did not bring their students to school. Now we're having an issue with the parents coming and dropping off and picking up with our buses. So we need to change the traffic pattern there. So the cost for Gretna L will be $500,000. John L. Hurt Elementary was built in 1948. We'd like to need to construct there 4 classrooms, renovate the entrance, upgrade mechanical, electrical systems, and central AC, and construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $6.7 million. Kentuck Elementary School was constructed in 1963. Would like to construct there 12 additional classrooms, construct restrooms, renovate the entrance, parent drop-off, pickup, and construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $6.1 million. Mount Airy was constructed in 1963. We need to construct 5 classrooms there, renovate the entrance, upgrade windows, mechanical, electrical systems, and central air conditioning. Construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $5 million. Southside Elementary was built in 1962. Need to construct 5 classrooms, renovate the entrance, construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $4.9 million. Stony Mill Elementary School was built in 1964. We need to construct 6 classrooms, construct restrooms, renovate the entrance, construct a safety vestibule, and repair replace underfloor sewer lines at a cost of $5.1 million. And Twin Springs, need to construct a new traffic flow there at a cost of $2 million. It's a little bit more than Gretna L because we have a pond in front of Twin Springs. If you're familiar with that, we need to come beneath the pond to have an access road beneath the pond there. And then Union Hall Elementary School was built in 1964. And we need to construct 4 classrooms, renovate the entrance there, upgrade mechanical, electrical, air conditioning system, and construct a safety vestibule at a cost of $6.7 million there. Those are our needs for elementary schools. We do have some needs at our Career and Technical Center. The Career and Technical Center was constructed in 1978 in Pittsylvania County. It's centrally located in Chatham. It's probably one of the best things that we've ever done in the county is the forethought of those individuals in 1978 and placing that centrally located to serve all of our schools. The programs that we provide there, we provide 20 programs now. That is quite a lure for businesses and industries looking to relocate in Pittsylvania County. We need to expand the programs there. When businesses come to look at our school, look at our county, they speak with us about, first, the quality of our graduates. What does their workforce look like? And then the quality of the schools. What will my children, if I'm plant manager, where will my children attend? And what do those schools look like? So we feel very good about what we're doing in Pittsylvania County. Our test scores look very good. We feel like the product, our children are graduating well prepared, but we want to continue that. And we feel like that if we don't act now, there's a good chance that we could get behind, and we surely want our children to be competitive. We want our county to be competitive with others. So expanding our Career and Technical Center, we'd like to expand the auto tech program, emergency EMT program, industrial maintenance programs, the nursing and health sciences program, and then we need to relocate. We have several programs that are located in a trailer behind the school. We'd like to relocate those programs into the school. Also, with large schools and large school division, we have these big devices called chillers that sit on our schools. Our high schools, middle schools, we have one central office, we have one in the Career and Technical Center. If you're familiar with Danville Middle School, 4 years ago, we had a chiller that went out mid-year, and we had to rent a portable chiller that came in on a tractor trailer truck. We hooked it up behind the school. We rented that chiller for 2 months until we repaired the one that we had. That school was built in 2004. That was probably 2016, 2017 when that happened. So 14, 15 years old, we have 8 of those chillers that we need to either rebuild or replace, and those are expensive. So those are included in this, in our capital improvement plan that the sales tax will help us pay for. And then we have 26 mobile units that serve our schools, and they serve mainly our elementary schools. They serve anywhere from classrooms for students. We have kindergarten classrooms through 4th grade classrooms in there. We have speech therapy being taught. Children work with speech therapy in those. We have gifted in those. We have music in our trailers there. So and these trailers are probably 30 years old or older, and we need to replace those. And so those will be replaced if we can have the renovations and when we have additional classrooms. Total cost for the sales tax referendum is $46 million. And those, again, will pay for the renovations in our elementary schools and our Career and Technical Center. Our school division has always been, we pride ourselves on being able to squeeze blood from a turnip. We've done that over the years. And so the maintenance department has worked and found different approaches to help pay for about $20 million of capital needs. We're putting solar panels on many of our schools, and that will generate savings of $5.6 million and will help us to bring this cost down. We're entering into our 3rd performance contract with Train, and that will save us $1.1 million. And we're going to use $12 million of CARES Act money to take care of HVAC and window replacement needs in many of our schools. So that's $19 million. Total cost was about $66 million. This brings the total cost down to $47 million that would be funded through the sales tax for school capital projects. As I end today, I would like to thank our school board for their work and their guidance moving us towards the sales tax referendum in January of 2021. They passed a resolution asking the board of supervisors for a resolution for this to ask the circuit court judge to sign this referendum to be placed on the ballot in November of this year. So thank them as I end today, and also would like to thank again the chamber board, Ms. Eads, Alexis Earhart and her staff. So at this time, I'll ask, are there any questions for me?
We don't seem to have any questions so far. Feel free to place any questions in the chat or unmute yourself if you have one. Go ahead, Julie.
Thanks, Maddie. Dr. Jones, thank you for the presentation. I appreciate the details and the planning. For those who are on the call, we're very interested, as you can see in the topic. How can we help? In what ways is this information being shared with parents and stakeholders? Is there, again, information on the website? And I apologize, I came on about 5 minutes late. But how do we help be advocates in the community for this?
Hey, Dr. Brown, I would like to turn that over to Dr. Martha Walker. I think she's on and she may be a better individual to answer those questions.
Dr. Brown, thank you so much for asking that question. You know, I am anxious to answer it for us. Yes, we do have an organization that was established specifically to help inform and encourage our voters to support Pittsylvania County Schools, and it's called Pittsylvanians, excuse me, for a Brighter Future. We do have a Facebook page, and I encourage you, first of all, to go to that Facebook page where posts are being made related to what's happening, what are the issues, what are the funding opportunities. So if you just go to Facebook and search for Vote Yes, the number 4, PCS, and if you search for that, the Facebook will pop up and you will be, please like us, please share it with others. We are also meeting with PTOs throughout the county. We are talking to businesses and asking for their support. We are fielding questions. We have an email address. It's again, voteyes4pcs@gmail.com. Those two resources, we can get information to you personally, or we are happy to come and speak to any group. I think we all know that Pittsylvania County school system is strong. Our instruction is solid and our students are performing. You heard Dr. Jones talk about our success in accreditation. Our SOL scores are continuing. We focus on those on a regular basis, and the students are coming through and are performing. But you also heard him say that our finances are very limited. It is through this referendum that we have an opportunity to make a correction, to give us one more financial resource. But we have to vote. We have to go to the polls at whatever time you want to go between now and November 2nd, and you have to click yes. But also we need for you to share that story. So as you talk to others, this is going on not only in Pittsylvania County, but also Danville. And we have joined forces with their team so that we're doing some joint information sharing. We are trying to get materials out there. We're actually at the fair this week together, giving out information, and you will see some publicity that will be posted soon on billboards as well as other materials. We've got tools like yard signs and clings that you can put on cars. So I have those and I am more than willing to share. But saying yes is important, and helping us share the story is important. And then most of all, voting. That is the main thing. So we've got the right tools in place. We've got the commitment. We've got proven success. Now we just need to give this one more tool to the school system to use. So I hope that responded right to you. You know, it's always dangerous when you ask me to tell you something because it comes out way too much. So thank you, Julie. We're happy to answer any other questions. Obviously, Dr. Jones, you were phenomenal in the explanation.
We have a question in the chat. So is there an estimate on how much tax revenue will come from those living outside the region?
We don't have that estimate. I've asked for that, but I have seen it from another division that's pretty similar to us. And they indicated that it's a pretty good percentage of the amount that could be generated by people who are passing through, who pay, and visitors to our communities. Upwards to 20% of that could be generated by visitors, people outside of the county. But again, this was not given to us by someone in Pennsylvania, but it's a figure that I've seen from another county that passed the referendum a couple of years ago.
And one of the impacts that will continue to grow is we will see Old Dominion Agricultural Complex continue to expand their work. They are constantly bringing in events, and those events are getting larger and larger. I know they have just received an investment from a foundation to help expand some of their resources so they can bring in more people. We also have just seen what festivals and different things on White Oak Mountain will do in the county. And if this passes, then hopefully by next fall, we will be generating or receiving revenue from that. So where we might set a baseline of 20% as our hope for tourism, I think Pittsylvania County has finally recognized tourism as an economic driver and is willing to invest in that. So that's our hope. The biggest piece about this particular option of a 1 cent sales tax increase is that it is shared. It is by the visitors as well as the residents who are shopping and who are out and about. It is not a singular focus tax, perhaps as a real estate tax might be, but it's a shared tax, which makes it, to me, more appealing.
Okay, just one more question. The current federal administration is pushing an infrastructure plan that is funded by additional taxes as well. How does this plan work with the federal plan?
This would be separate from a federal plan. This would be, again, money that would be generated strictly through a sales tax. It's a local sales tax that comes, the money flows to the state treasury, and then our treasurer here in Pennsylvania County would draw off of that to repay the capital for capital needs to school division. But that would be separate and apart from a federal plan.
Right. And Dr. Jones, I wonder where this tax is specifically for school construction and renovation. And I wonder if the federal administration plan, and I haven't read that plan, but I'm wondering if that's not also focused on our community infrastructure like bridges and utilities and water lines and environmental issues, and not specifically on school and its facilities.
Good point. The plan is also written, if you read the legislation, it's written such that the tax is written for 30 years or until the capital needs have been paid for. So at some point, if something were to come down the pike from the federal government, I would, again, I haven't read the language either, but again, how the legislation is written for the sales tax would be that once the need is not there, then the sales tax would end.
I don't think we have any more questions at this time. So if you guys have anything that you would like to close with.
Madison, just thank you all very much, and thank the chamber board again, Dr. Walker and Dr. Holland and Mr. and Mrs. Evans. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you guys for attending today. We will be sending the recording later. Feel free to share it to everybody. You can put it on Facebook. Well, we're live on Facebook now, so you can share that as well. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Wednesday, and thank you for joining us.